Oh, welcome. Welcome to Pescara. I hope you're all doing well out there. The band is a-playing. The race is about to begin. And it's what a race, what a couple of races it's gonna be today. I love this track. I'm excited for this today. Excited to be back with something similar to a couple weeks ago, but something totally new. Hello out there. Welcome to Pescara. This is a wonderful track. Again, another track which I love, but I have never raced with other people before. And so today... Okay, all right, trumpet there. Is that trumpet? Might not be a trumpet. I don't know my brass instruments super well. There you go. Nice finish on it. Yeah, this is one of those tracks that I absolutely love. It's from Italo Tracks. There's a link to it in the description. And it's one I took a look at when it first came out. Oh, I guess it was probably over a year ago now. Maybe two. But I've done a bunch of laps around here myself, but I've never actually... race this against other people. And so today, going to be racing the 250F Maseratis once again with THR like I did a couple weeks ago at the Bremgarten, but we'll be tackling Pescara today. 2 races. I think they're going to be 4-lap races each. And you might be saying 4 laps isn't very much, but Pescara here, if you weren't aware, is the longest circuit to ever hold a Formula One Grand Prix. 1957 was the year. It's also famous for the Coppa Cerbo sports car race and a bunch of other racing over the years. And it is the definition of a true road circuit. It is a track that goes through the countryside, hit at least 3 different villages along the way. And we got one car coming up. Who do we got here? Somebody on the practice. We're sitting in practice right now. We got another 25 minutes or so of practice, and we have a 30-minute qualifying session, which is going to be very, very tricky. We got to make sure I set a lap in 30 minutes, and then it'll be 2 races back to back, and very, very excited for it. But I'm sitting up here. We're at Spolatore, so this is one of the well, that's the sign towards Pescara, but believe me, this is Spolatore. Here it is. Spolatore. So this is one of the villages that we go through along the way, but this is a wonderful natural road course, and it's got all of the features of such very faithfully recreated for Assetto Corsa here. And let's on fly down. We'll do a big sky ride here back towards the city of Pescara itself, which is where the front stretch is and the pits and all that stuff. And we'll go find my car. But yeah, I've been doing a bit of practice just to remember the track. It had been a few months, at least maybe 6 months or so, since I had really done anything around this track. But I raced it quite a lot when it first came out, and I do know the layout pretty well. But it's a tricky one. I mean, it's so easy to overstep your boundaries around here, and with so many corners and things, it's quite easy to just get something slightly wrong. So I think under driving is going to be the name of the game today. We'll come down and see somebody rocking it down the front stretch. But this track itself, we'll go for a lap here in a second as we rush on down towards the pits. There it is. There's my little car. We're racing this white and blue 250F today, I think. We'll see when I get on the actual server for it. But yeah, I don't even know what I was just saying. It's going to be a pretty wild ride here. I'm sure the 67 HRSC race was pretty wild, Martin. It's really nice to see everybody. Let me see here. We'll go out and do a lap of practice. Worked on setup a bit, but this is one of those tracks that I don't think setup is really... If there was ever a track where setup isn't that important, this would be it. Ah, I know what I was going to say. Yes, it's a big straight. So this track, it is 25 kilometers around, which is very long. That's like 1.5 Nordschleifes. But it does have about 2/3 of it, or maybe about half of the track, is a long straight. So when you're actually learning this track, I'd say there's about 10 kilometers of road that you actually need to learn, which is, yeah, a little more achievable than it sounds. It doesn't take quite as long as you would think to learn this track, but there is some trickiness to it and some stuff to learn. All right, let's go out and we got a little bit of time here, 20 minutes till the qualifying kicks off. So we should be able to get 2 laps in, 1 out lap. Unfortunately, you do have to do the whole out lap around here. So for qualifying, I think you're seriously only going to have like 2 laps tops in it. So you're going to have to make it count. But we'll come out, so we're headed out of Pescara here. To my knowledge, we're headed, I think, west at this point, although I'm not 100% certain on that. But we'll come by the train station and everything here. You can see the little steam locomotives on the other side of the fence there. And I believe this is the city hall in front. But we'll wind ourselves away. The track gets pretty serious pretty quick here. It's really the first half of the lap is the complex part. And it's all about these braking zones. We'll get down to first gear. And we'll head towards Villa Raspa, which is kind of on the outskirts of this coastal area. But you can see the mountains in the distance, and we'll basically be going there. Not all the way to those, but we'll be headed quite far into the mountains. Yeah, these races, this race was open sign-up, but the sign-ups are long done at this point, so it was something you would have had to sign up for earlier in the week. But if you're interested in stuff like this, if you go to THR, you can sign up for future races with them. And there's a link in the description. All right, come up to Villa Raspa here. This is where we curve away from the coastal area and head up into the mountains. This corner narrows up on the exit, so you got to be really careful. Oh yeah, there'll be, I think there's like 15 to 20 signups today, but I think it'll be a little thinner of a grid than it was at Bremgarten. It's a tough track, and a few people have bowed out because of that. All right, second gear for this one. This is a sneaky corner, it can get you. All right, now this is where I feel like the track gets really serious, and it's my favorite section from here basically until we get to the straights. It's just really exciting to drive, but also very difficult. Come over the brow of the hill. This is just a commitment corner. I'll go quite easy this lap, but it's kind of cambered, so you can get through there pretty good. And this is faster than you'd think it would be if you get the line right. It's all flat. To this little chicane. I'm not quite confident enough to do this one flat, but then we'll come just before the hedge here on the right, kick it down a couple gears. Try not to back it in to a tight corner. You'll see this curbing everywhere alongside the track, and I cannot touch that. It really upsets the car. All right, we'll wind our way. We're headed towards Spolatore, where we picked up the stream at the start. There's a few just kind of treacherous corners here. Like that one. Get it up to second gear over the brow. This corner here is one that I haven't quite figured out how I want to take it yet. Or no, it's not that one. I got myself. This one's quite easy. Down to first then. It's the next one. There's a few of these that are so similar that this corner is deceptively really hard. I think I'll kick it to first. It doesn't look hard, but it tightens up so much there. This one, keep it in second, although it's quite tight as well. And we'll come to the hairpin at Spolatore. Down to first gear here. Can you guys hear me all right and everything? Hopefully. All right, now we'll just kind of balance it between the curbs here through the town. Down to first gear here. All right, over the brow, there's a little bit of concrete on the inside here we can cut. Catching up to Andreas in front, who I raced at Bremgarten. All right, this corner is also a scary one. Very easy to mess this up. You want to be wide here, but you don't want to run off. Whoa, as Andreas might have. He's going for a little adventure up there. All right, but we'll be on the ridge now, which is a very exciting part of the circuit. Want to keep it out to the left here and then curve in to a late apex. It was a little early there. Get it up to third, really pitch it in. You can go flat through there. And now this is kind of a gutsy corner. Brake quite early on this lap. It's one of those that it's a very, very late apex, and you want to be ready for it. All right, getting close to what is it called? Del Suvo? I have to look at my names. We'll see the sign on the way in anyway. Come over the crest, through a little chicane and down to the first hairpin, the first real hairpin. So slow through here, but the car, yeah, there's no grip at slow speed, so you just kind of understeer if you take it any faster. Oh, Coke Zero through there, and now down pretty aggressively now to the town at the bottom of the hill here. Very late apex here because, yeah, it's a little sumpo on the exit there. All right, come up. What is it called? Capelle? I couldn't read the whole thing. We'll look at it later. All right, through the town, though, and taking it quite easy this lap. Come up to the double hairpins. This is going to be a spot. If you don't know it's here, I suppose if you make it this far on the lap, you probably know your way around. But this is one of those areas that you really need to slow up for. Come through the double hairpins. All right, now this is the area that I'm most nervous to crash in because it is very high commitment. Oh, I almost hit the wall on the inside there. Very high speeds as well, and you can lose a lot of lap time through here if you're a little too tentative. But safe is going to be the word today. All right, and come up to the most important corner on the track probably. Get it down to second gear here. Pitch it in, and I just want to line up this exit because this heads on to the extremely long straight. Whoa. And then I can relax a little bit. That's most of the lap. We just have to head back to the start now. Should have time to do one more lap here. This track is absolutely gorgeous. Yep, Fangio and Moss race here. So the 1957 Grand Prix was held here. And it was kind of a shock to the F1 world when it was held that they were going to actually come in and hold a Grand Prix around this track. Because it was kind of a revived circuit. It was a circuit that was raced in the 30s, the old school racing. And yeah, it kind of came out of nowhere. They're going to race here, and they did it. But it was like a one-day show. They did the qualifying and everything like in the afternoon, and they did the race immediately the next day because all the roads that had to be closed. All right, we spot the braking here. Just a little after that second barrel on the left. Ooh, kick it a little bit. Down to first gear for this, I've discovered. And then on the throttle as early as possible because we have just as long of a straight on the other side. But yeah, when they came here in 57, it was kind of odd even then. I think we think of 57 these days as the old days, but compared to when this circuit was contemporary, 57 was pretty far along. So they only did it once. I do like the straight though, because I can take a cup of water, I can read the chat. We're hitting about 275 kilometers per hour at the very end of the straight. Definitely 270, but in the slipstream, if I get one, probably 275. That's about the top speed for this car, though. I can't get it to go any faster. All right, we'll spot the braking. This braking zone's even a little bit harder. right at the second barrel. Got to get it all the way down to first gear. We have a chicane, a safety device. I think they installed this after somebody was killed. Even back then. Ooh, almost hit the hay bales there. We come through this little kind of Mickey Mouse section. It's very different than the rest of the track. I think a purpose-built circuit. This road here is still here to this day. All of these roads are still here basically, but this little extra section, which I think was kind of specifically for the racing, is still here. Come past the one of the pit entrances, come around. All right, I think we got just enough time to do a lap here before qualifying. Come across the line and see what I can do here. Now, the fast cars are in the sub 10 minute laps. So hoping for like 9:40 something would be good. Up to the first corner though, a little bit early. I managed to do a 9-minute 39-second lap this morning, which I think is the fastest lap right now out of anybody, but really tough to say. I thought I was going to be a little quicker at Bremgarten too, and then we got into the race, and a lot of these folks know how to drive quick. So it does. The track is shaped like a piece of cake. Yes. It's not a piece of cake to drive, though. It's plenty difficult. All right. This corner, high commitment here. A little bit of understeer there. Ooh, up on the curves. Don't want to do that. Easy to outbrake myself here, down to second gear right before that little pavement change. There we go. I just try to motor on up the hill, bog down a little bit, but I think it's for the best. Go flat through this first left here. Get me on the right side of the track at the top of the hill here. We'll get it down to second. Kind of coast it over. A little sideways. I turned in way too early here. It's all right. Yeah, I'm not sure if it will be possible to truly race somebody around here. I'm very eager to see if it just instantly gets spread out or if there's some actual battling. It's going to be an interesting one. Spolatore there in front. I won't forget the corners this time. Nice drift around the second. It's a very late apex on that left-hander. All right, yeah, over the crest here, this right-hander is a little faster than the others, but it's still going to be on the right side of the road, literally. Kept it in second this time. Maybe that's the way to do it. Second on the entry, shift down mid corner. It's kind of a weird thing, but it felt nice. Lets me concentrate on the braking anyway. All right. Getting it through Spolatore here. Nice, not too bad of a run through the mountains there. Exit Spolatore, yes, it's Capelle sul Talvo is the other town that we'll head towards now. Not quite, but I was close to that. You feel like a Superman if you get that corner right. Yeah, we're in practice right now. I got just a few minutes till qualifying starts. I'm trying to do one lap here. Just make sure I remember where I'm going. Bit of a lock up there, but that's par for the course in this car. No, I think this is pretty faithful to how narrow it was in real life and everything. The Tallow Tracks did a great job bringing this to life. The Tallow Tracks also made the Napoli track that I've raced a few times on here, in videos and with other folks. Oh, very close to going off there. All right, a little bit harder through the town this time. Still a lot of coasting there. Yeah, and it's still below the corner. It's tough to get the braking right. I've not made a driving tips video. I still feel like there's so much for me to work on. I've made a few videos about very specific things, but it's usually stuff that I'm trying to learn myself, like better heel toe and stuff. But I don't know. I don't know if I'm good enough yet to make a tips video. Let's see if I can do a clean race today. Maybe then. All right, I'm gonna end this lap here. It's practice, but we gotta get onto the the actual server for qualifying and all that. And it's just a straight shot from here. It's tiring. It's gonna be tiring stuff to do two little races here. All right, let me back here. All right. Dr. Doomsday, man. Don't let me forget. All right. All right, so the server should pop up here in a second. So it's going to be just like last time with Bremgarten, where the qualifying is going to start immediately with the server. And I got to make sure I'm on there. All right. Let me see here. I don't know if the specific livery I'm driving today is a real one or if it's like a fictional, but it would have been, I mean, back when we talked about this a little bit last time, but back when this, in the 50s, drivers were still racing under their national colors most of the time, so. I did actually, for this one, I did actually draw a map. I was doing a little prep. Oh, that's so, it's going to be really tough to see with the way the camera is. There we go. It's a very, very bad map anyway. But little map to mostly to figure out the brakings. There's four heavy braking zones that really needed to make sure I had them marked down. All right. Looks like I can join now. Hopefully we don't end up like this. All right, we're in qualifying, and I got to get out there. All right, so we get 30 minutes of qualifying. It's going to take 10 minutes to do an out lap, which means we probably get 2 laps of qualifying. So hopefully I can get a couple good laps in. Yeah, the map for me was mostly to figure out there's 4 heavy braking zones that basically look exactly like this, where you've got those barrels on the left and then you're trying to brake. So I needed to really figure out where my braking was for each of them because they're all slightly different. So I figured I'd draw a little map and highlight that. All right, we'll do kind of a casual out lap, not waste too much time, but do not want to throw the car away. And then I think my strategy for this is first lap out is going to be a very safe lap, just to get one. And then if I make it around again, we'll push a bit. Almost touched the curb there. Looks like we got 12 folks in here so far. Hoping for a few more today, but it might be a pretty thin grid. I know there were at least a couple folks that bowed out of this, just doing a couple laps, and this is a tough one. I mean, this is a project to learn a track like this. I'm lucky that I'd already learned it in the past. Yeah, I like the backfire as well. Got the clouds to work with now. On the practice server, it was beautifully sunny the whole time, so this will be just something else. Whoa. All right. Well, this lap will not count, but that's all right. That was the slowest slide off the track. That's such a weird one. I've never tried to take a corner like that where I'll go in and then downshift at the apex, but that feels, just the way the road cambers there and the way you have to drive this car, that feels predictable. I can actually do that more than one lap in a row. I don't think you can overtake on most of this track. We very well may not see anybody today. So just be prepared after the first lap or so. It might be very much a solo race. but I'll enjoy it all the same. It's fun to simply just lap the car around here. So I'm gonna try my best to finish both races and see what kind of pace I have. Getting slowed down for that left-hander is so tricky. I love how you can see the mountains in the distance here. It's so beautiful. The distance scenery on this track is unbelievable. I should mention as well that this track, when it was released, it also was released for Automobilista 1, which has some great 50s F1 cars in it. So it's a great sim for it to be in. If you're just tuning in, we're in qualifying, and I'm just doing my out lap and getting around to the start line so we can try to get a qualifying lap in. I'm only going to be able to do like 2 laps max, so it's going to be really important that I nail this on the first lap and just try to get a good run going so we don't start in the back. That's right, R Factor 2. Race it with those 50s sports cars in RF2. I have to remember that wall is there because I've gotten close to it like 3 times and I'm worried I'm gonna forget at one lap. All right. We should cross the line with a little less than 20 minutes to go, and should be enough time to get 2 laps in. I hope I loaded my setup. Did I? I must have, right? Yeah, I did. I loaded it. Get the flying kilometer here. That's the finish line. They used to time the cars going through there. Yeah, there's no rev limiter, and we're not hitting it, but can't really get the car to go much faster than this. Yeah, I see a lot of folks ask about this wheel. This is a replica Cobra steering wheel. Pretty cheap as far as wheels go. And I love it for these older cars. Having a nice big wooden, this is my biggest steering wheel, I think, and it's, I believe, 380 millimeters across. It's a pretty big boy. The only thing worse than Formula One is the people that talk about it constantly. Oh, it's everywhere. I'm sick of hearing about it. This plenty of other racing out there. Like, so much racing that I can't even possibly watch all of it. All right, let's get ready to do a lap here. I've yet to do that first right-hander there with any sort of elegance. The car just doesn't want to get turning after going straight for so long. But we'll come through, try to get a nice run out of the final 90-degree here. That's very slow. All right, we'll come across anyways, start a timed lap, and just gotta hope I have a nice clean lap without much traffic or anything. 19 minutes. A little bit slow into this first corner. There, it's all right. A little wide there on the right-hander. It's okay though. Just trying to get a nice clean lap here. We'll focus on speed for the next one. Big lockup. Was a little late on the brakes, but I got it slowed down. All right, look for the little marking in the pavement up here just before it. Get down to second gear. And try to get on the throttle. I had to jump off of it just a little bit. Go to third here for just a minute. All right, I see one car up the road there. It's still pretty far ahead though. It's Johannes. Let's see if we catch him. On the lift there. Just trying to get through this nice and clean. Why is it so slick there, man? Almost outbroke myself again like I did on the out lap. Just keep that in my mind for the next lap. Try to brake a little bit earlier even. right. Nicely danced up the hill. We'll hit the curbing a little bit. It's okay. We're not paying for the suspension today. All right, 3 Spallatore here. I'm really caught up to Johannes. I'm hoping I can just sneak by. But I got to do everything possible to not like get an invalid lap. So if I have to wait behind him, I will. Hopefully he sees me and lets me by, maybe. such a tricky spot to catch somebody too. There's really nowhere to pass up here. Slow up a little bit there, see if we can get up the inside. All right, lost a bit of time, but it's better than losing the whole lap. Thank you to Johannes for, he had to help me a lot there. I mean, I'm sure he's trying to set his best lap as well. So he had to give up time as well, so it's not just him to pull over. All right, just gotta work it through Capella Sottovo. It's an okay lap. It's pretty conservative in a lot of spots, so I'm not expecting a record here. But it will be, if I can finish it like this, it will be clean. Just need to watch out for that wall up here. It's right here on the left. Bet you forgot. I didn't. Give it an extra breath there. Probably should be in second gear through all this, but get through it safely. Just try to line up a nice run onto the straight here. Wasn't perfect. A couple extra lifts in there, but at least get through most of the lap. I just gotta steady on through these final few corners, and then I'll get one more shot at it when I can push a little bit more. We'll see what this lap time is though, and where it puts me on the grid. Looks like we got 26 folks in here now, so it did fill up. That's a lot of people. Yeah, Ferrari did boycott this race for safety in 1957. That's how you know it was unsafe. Luigi Musso had to borrow a car from somebody because he was running for the championship. All right, just watching out for the barrels here. Want to brake just after the second barrel. Barrel number one, there it is. There it is, right there. A little hot. I was a little narrow on it, but I'm at least got it slowed down in time. We'll back it up slightly for the next lap. All right, just one more big one here. Follow the train tracks here all the way back to the city. Morning Express, I guess you could call it. Yeah, luckily we don't have to worry about flat spots in AC. I'm sure these tires will be punished. All right, first barrel. Just at the second one, on the verge of locking up there, but just got away without it. Oh, that might be the best I've ever done that. It feels like you're crawling there. but it is the speed required to get through it. Cut the track a little bit. All right. So we'll complete this lap. I'll see what it is. I'm guessing we'll be in the 10, 9, maybe 9-minute 50s. Come around, see the line here. We got just over 9 minutes to go. Whoa, 9-minute 44.2. That's right up there. My best lap is 5 seconds faster than that, but to be only 5 seconds off on a lap where I was really just stroking the car, I guess you could say, I'll take it. We'll push a little bit more in this lap, but I'm not going to overdo it. If I can improve a second or two, I'll be happy with that. I'm sure you could still flat spot them, even though, yeah, I know they're very hard. So we're provisionally P1 right now, but ooh, my foot almost slid off the brake there. There's a lot of cars still to turn a lap, so nowhere near final. Smack it into there. Really dark suddenly. Yeah, I won't get another lap, but this one will count. They extended the time after the checkered flag, I was told, so that you should be able to finish a lap as long as you start it within the normal clock. All right, just ease it through here. I bet that's actually, that left-hander there might actually be flat. A little bit of oversteer there, but it's all right. All right, I need to not outbrake myself at the top of the hill here. I'll brake slightly earlier. It's tough though, because you're kind of settling the car after the chicane up here. All right, much better. There's my second or two, even in just that one corner. Let off just a second there. Oh, a bit wide. No, come on. Lost a lot of time there. That's so easy to do for some reason, that corner. It's all right, plenty of lap left. One bad corner doesn't make a lap around here. Yeah, no traffic yet, which is awesome. I'm trying to make the most out of this. I couldn't quite get to the throttle there, but I got the right line. that. Messed all that up. It's all right. Lock the rear diff there. Come on. I didn't blip enough, so it locked the rear when I shifted down, and it just slid. Oh, very narrow here. Dang. It's all right. You have to be wide there to get that second part of the corner. Try to be very gentle on the brakes because it's so easy to lock them up. Slowing down all the way to a standstill for the hairpins. I don't know how this lap's going to be. Some of it's felt very fast, and other parts I've made some mistakes. Just try to push it to the end. Ah, no. Cut track. I should have known better. I was a little narrow coming in, and so I opted to cut it instead of, backing out a little bit to take the line. Dang. Wow, that's qualifying. I'm sitting P2 right now, but everybody's going to complete their second laps here. That's all right. We got a whole 2 races now. It's probably better that I'm not pushing the whole time. I did all the hard work, too. I was in, like, the final couple of corners. I was trying to get a good lap. I mean, I do think that lap was probably going to be better than my my first one, but I don't know how much. It's one of those things. I did this. I had an accident. If you were here for the Bremgarten race, I had an accident during the race. I self-spun. Went into a corner a bit too hot. Car got sideways, and I think anybody that does sim racing, whether you do vintage stuff or not, you can relate to this, where there were 100 opportunities for me to give up and have either a safe spin, or even in the instance of that one, like just kind of let off the throttle and lose maybe a second or two, but not even spin out. But instead of doing that, I tried to power through it, because there is a small chance that I could have made it work and I only would have lost a half a second. But because I did that, instead of just deciding, yeah, I did it, I messed up, I essentially spun out, and I ended up getting hit by somebody else, and it was a way worse accident. So sometimes it's figuring out that line and committing to the accident. Because sometimes that's the best option. And so in that instance there, I knew I was going to be narrow on that corner because I had turned in too early. I should have just said, okay, well, I'll do a double turn in and lose, a half a second there instead of cutting the track. Checker flag's out. I guess I'll drive back to the pits. We got two big races here, though, and I'm sitting P2. I have to think I'll fall down at least a couple more. Everybody behind me is going to be finishing a lap. There's nobody immediately behind me right now. Will I ever get back into GPL? I just haven't had the desire to be playing it, but I mean, as soon as the 1970 Formula One mod, if it ever comes out, I'll definitely be trying that. I've been looking forward to that for years now. But yeah, I just haven't been feeling GPL for quite a while. Having fun with all this stuff. Been playing a ton of Grand Prix 4 though lately. It's just so good at offline racing. Oh, I've slid down to third. Big letdown there. Try not to hit a tree. Big letdown there with qualifying, but it's okay. That's why I did a slow lap to start. That was my plan, and it would have been nice to complete the second lap, but that's why I did an easy lap so that I could afford pushing. Yeah, it is crazy that Grand Prix Legends is, I mean, it's 27 years old now. Rimsill's coming up on me, but I'll get through these corners before they get to me. Yeah, I don't know what the starting grid looks like here. I mean, I'm hoping, I'm crossing my fingers that myself and everybody else are on their best behaviors, because like there is no reason for us to hit each other. There's plenty of other stuff to hit. I just really hope everybody's in it to try to at least make the first lap. Once we get spread out, it's really going to be on you. But all right, coming to pits. Most people are in the pits, so we'll take a look at the leaderboard though. Jesse, who I was racing, oh my god, they're not even that far ahead of me. But Jesse is ahead of me with a 9:43.0. I could have beat that. Johan, oh, Mark slips up in front of me, so there's 3 cars in that. Wow, really nicely and close competitive. Being within a second of somebody around a track like this is really close. It's going to be pretty tight up front. But I've slipped back to 4th now. And a lot of cars still need to turn in times here. Let's see, I see Dreek down here. Oh, they're in the pit lane, so. Look at this. We got 3 cars coming to the checkers. All right, I'm gonna pop away for just a second while these guys finish their lap, and then I'll be back. Right. Just watching the final few cars complete qualifying. Uh-oh. Was that a car getting disconnected or what? Got a few more cars finish their laps. Still in fourth. Max gets up to under a 10-minute lap. You can do under 10 minutes around this track. You are doing very well. It is a very tricky track. Alright, we're just gonna have to wait. It's quite a long countdown here because the we want to make sure that everybody can finish their laps. But so far it looks like I'm sitting P4. I know, it's such a tight grid up front. Do I find that having the brake pedal closer to me than the throttle makes it easier to heel toe? Yeah, that is something I I ended up changing it quite a lot more, but folks for a long time were telling me to change it. If we go to this view here, the brake pedal is quite far. I mean, I'm not pushing the throttle at all, and my shoe is basically even with the front of the brake. So it takes a little bit of getting used to because it is set so much more forward. But basically, when I'm at full brakes, it's just about even with the throttle, which means I don't let up on the brake to hit the throttle at all, which was a big issue with me for a long time. I've always had the pedals offset. They're just much more offset in the past few months than they were previously. Yeah, this UI is a part of Content Manager. It's in the settings for the newest Content Manager versions. It's just the new UI, I think is what it's called. Yeah, the pedals I use are using called Sprints, which I've been using now for, when did I get these? Maybe like almost 5 years at this point. Hey Nate, nice to see you. Thanks for the good luck. Hopefully a little bit better than last week. Yeah, it says it's 30-minute races, but the way it's going to work out is, unless we have a very bad time, everybody, it's going to be a 4-lap race, and we're going to start the 4th lap with not much time left, probably a minute or 2 left on the clock. So it's going to be a 4-lap race, essentially. I don't know if the new UI is a part of like the premium content manager or the like regular one. It is in the version I have, but I like it. I only turned it on really for streams because I have the wide monitor, so it actually shows everything for you guys. Yeah, setup-wise, so I should mention the setup I'm using today was actually from Valentine. Valentine shared their setup after the race last week. And is Valentine in here, actually? Oh, yeah. Oh, not qualifying, though. Starting towards the back. I think they weren't able to practice much this week. Anyways, Valentine, if you were here 2 weeks ago, won one of the races. It was just very fast. And I know races all the time, these types of cars. And they shared their setup, and it feels like a different car. It feels so nice to drive compared to what I was racing. So, yeah, I basically took their setup for this, and then obviously changed the gearing for this track. We're topping out 187 miles an hour gear. I don't think we quite get there. What is 272 kilometers per hour? Let's see here. Oop, okay, got a minute and a half here. 272. Yeah, we only get to like 170 miles an hour. So the gearing could actually go quite higher, but it sits right at about that 8,000 RPM, which is what you want. I think I clicked up the second gear a little bit to get that in a better range. But all right. I mean, this is what we'll be running. 60 liters of fuel will be fine for 4 laps. It says 3.7, but it'll definitely do 4 laps. I have checked it. And goals for this today are really just to get through this clean. If I can get 4 laps around here without making a mistake and throwing the car off, I'm going to be very proud of myself. and then if I get to race somebody else during it, that'll be great. But mostly going to be surviving and getting through the race. Try for race 1 like I did at Bremgarten. Just get through the race. There's no point in crashing out early. And then if race 1 goes real well, maybe I could push a little bit harder for race 2 or something. But we'll tackle race 1 first. I think there is an invert of some kind between the races. I don't know at all what it is. Doesn't really matter. Yeah, Nate's doing spa next weekend with his dad. I'm going to be away next weekend, so I couldn't do that. But sounds fun. All right. There's the grid. So everybody's ping calms down. All right, let's just double check the setup. 60 liters. All right, it's all good. Really appreciate everybody tuning in today. Been having a lot of fun doing these kind of random races past few weeks, and I really enjoyed the Bremgarten races, despite it being difficult. I mean, that's always going to be the case with these cars. Steve is your favorite Lupson. Yeah. But yeah, it looks like I got the 3 in front of me, and then I've got just the red 25 next to me on the grid. I really hope everybody plays it nice and smooth down to the first corner. It's one of those that, like, if we crash together in the beginning, it would be kind of silly because there's so many other opportunities to crash here, just on your own. But yeah, I do have a link to THR in the description of the stream too. If you, they have lots of different racing series. I think even some modern stuff, but lots of different historic things. They're doing a touring car championship right now. So if you want to do races and in Assetto Corsa and stuff, they're a good group to join. And like I was saying a few weeks ago, like I don't know what other races in this series I will do. They actually have their main races on Sundays, one like a full distance or a longer single race. But I like the sprint races like this. But yeah, you could race this tomorrow, I think, if or maybe that one actually takes some like qualifying for and everything. But yeah, lots of different racing series over there. They're a good group. The yellow car's got white walls, and I think it's painted like a fish. Not my favorite livery in the pack. It's painted very nicely. Whoever painted it did a good job. I just prefer the more historic paint schemes. But it does look like a fish. Oh, don't worry. I'll be doing some R-Factor stuff coming up here with HRSC, and we will get the attention. Non-essential personnel, leave the grid now. It blows your ears. Just waiting for the lights. There they are. All right. Really hoping this goes well today. Lights are lit. Out. We're underway. Had the volume way down. There we go. Away we go. 30 minutes of Bremgarten. I got a car coming up my right side. Not Bremgarten, Pescara. 30 minutes, probably 4 laps here. A little bit of warping. Really early on the brakes that time. All right. Whoa, there's a spin behind me. That's exactly what I was hoping not to see. I mean, I'm happy I'm not in it, but I really didn't want to see one. I like we got the primary colors in front of me here, but the four of us, I think, have quite a bit of speed on the cars behind, so we'll just try to get away. Try to get it out of the city here. Whoa, two in front. That was pretty wide through there. Close right back up on him through Villa Raspa. All right, I'm racing Mark in front, Mark, Johan, and Jesse. I think Jesse's in the lead despite it saying second. I don't think there's any other cars up there. Oh, Mark, no. Hold on to it, bud. I hope he doesn't hit a tree. Oh, it looks like he might have. All right, up into the top three then. That's really easy to do back there. It's a fast corner, but you got to get the lines right on the whole track, really, in these cars. Johan's up on the curbing a little bit. Whoa, I hit the berm on the inside just slightly there. It really kicked the front end. Understeer as we come up to Spolatore for the first time. So from my viewpoint of forward, it's been a good start. It seems like there was something happening behind. We've got Max still back there behind me, but we're pulling away. Dreek is behind Max, and Dreek was very fast at Bremgarten, so try to just keep focused forward, but you never know who could come up. I know folks like Valentin are back there, FMG, Flashor, all the people that were up front at Bremgarten, so. Whoa! I think I saw a car ahead. Was that the leader gone off? Nope, maybe just a lag thing. Definitely saw him in the dust. But late on the downshift the second, I went for the wrong gear. Just try not to worry that they're pulling away from me a little bit here, but we got such a long ways to go. Not that worried about it yet. Tires complaining a bit for me there. All right, come down to the hairpins for the first time. Yeah, really not that far behind Jesse and Johan here. Be a little outside of slipstream distance though, and my hope is that they don't get hooked up together, because that would be bad for me. Does look like Johan's catching Jesse a bit. If they get hooked up together, wow, so understeer so much to the second hairpin there. If they get hooked up together down the straight, that's going to be tough for me to catch. Looks like Johan had a mistake there. All right, up to second now. So don't have to worry about that anymore. Try not to cut the track here again. There we go. All right, onto the straight for the first time. We can still see Jesse, which is always good, and Dreek is kind of a little bit further behind me than Jesse is ahead. Definitely not out of the realm of catching me. Looks like Johan might have reset the car, unfortunately. Yeah, it is so easy around a track like this to end your race early, no doubt. And we're about 7 seconds off Jesse, though. And we got, I think, 3 more laps after this. Oh, Mariano, I don't know what currency that is, but thank you very much. It's very nice of you. All right, look for my braking markers here. It's the barrels on the left, just after the second barrel. There's the first one. 1, 2 on the brakes. Try not to lock them up. Just complaining a little bit, get down to first gear. That was about as good as I've done that. Argentinian pesos. Well, I appreciate that. I think one of the coolest things about doing these streams is how everybody in the chat is from everywhere in the world. There are so many people from all over the place. I've met people from like every country, I think, which is one of the coolest things. So I really appreciate it. All right, coming up. Looking for the braking markers. I'm like hunting the distance to try to see. You can imagine in the real car, your head would be shaking so much just trying to spot the braking. All the castor oil all over you and stuff. But here we go. There's the first one. We're going to brake right at the second one, maybe a little early on this lap, just to make sure. Got full fuel, full-ish fuel. 60 liters is not too much. I love that everybody's saying where they're from. That's so cool. What a cool thing. All right, come through. I have completed the first lap, which I'm honestly very happy about. We'll cross the line though, see where what kind of lap time that was. I mean, it was a standing start, but it was under 10 minutes on a standing start. That's pretty good. And well, I didn't see what the gap was, but it's 8 or 9 seconds behind Jesse. And we'll try to, I'll just try to keep doing my pace, and we'll see if that lead comes back to me at all. All right, right at the yellow house for this one. Just a little ahead of that barrel. Braking zones feel so long here, but it's just the car. sun dipping behind the clouds there makes it just a little more tricky to see at a very crucial spot in the lap there, but I got it through. Oh, Mariano. That's very kind of you. I hope don't feel like you have to donate to me, but I very much appreciate it. I'm gonna turn up the pressure just a little bit, but stay well within the safe bounds to get through this race. But I can see if I can pressure Jesse just a little bit. This is where Mark went off last lap. Very easy to do there. See some more skid marks across the track as well. Real hot here. It's all right. Tires are up to temp now. I think those couple of laps where I slid wide there, the tires weren't, it was like my out lap or something. All right, working to Spolatore. Oh my gosh, I could see another donation. Y'all are too nice. I can't read it right now. I really apologize, but there's a lot going on the road, but I thank you so much. And I gotta try to keep this one up. Trying to put a little pressure on Jesse. It's really tough to tell if you're closing on somebody, but I feel like I'm doing a good pace. So you gotta be kind of happy with your own paces. I'll hop the curb a little bit there. Come on. I can't worry about what Jesse's doing, just what I'm doing. Jesse flashing through there. Ooh, got on the curb. Don't really want to do that, but it's so low speed there. Could see Dreek coming down behind. He's really not far off, which is very impressive. I didn't see Dreek at all during the practice this week. But as we saw in the last races a couple weeks ago there, Dreek's very quick, so not surprising. Just here, Jesse there. right. Some weird timing issues on this track, but I am in P2 right now, chasing Jesse. I think I lost 7/10 this lap so far. How's about that? Yeah, Dreek's hanging out there. He's not really closing in, but it hasn't changed much, so I got to keep myself pushing a little bit. This time when we come to the line, it'll be halfway. Spot the braking. I'm going to say it to myself every time because this is the easiest thing to mess up and lose yourself a bunch of time, if not crash. But just after the second barrel here. A little bit wide, but I'll take it. So Jesse's leading the way for myself. We got Dreek behind me, and then Rolf, who I don't think we saw at the last races, but I can already see there's a few cars in the pits up ahead. Flashor, who was doing very well last week, or a couple weeks ago. It's just water, guys. It's tough. Not only am I driving and sweating a bit, but it's talking the whole time is really difficult. You'll notice in a lot of my videos, if I do full races and stuff, I won't be talking during the pit stop, or I might even cut the footage there because I usually stop and take a sip of water. It's the only time. All right, keeping my eye for the brake markers. I can see the first one. We'll brake right at the second one. All the way down to first gear. Oh, it feels so slow. There he is up there, Jesse. All right, we'll get an idea with the pit board here if I close the gap at all. But I think it's opened up a little bit, unfortunately. But I think this will be a decent lap for myself. Across the line. Yeah, I lost 1.6 seconds, but I've gained a little bit on Dreek. Not much. I didn't catch what the lap time was. Anyways, hanging out behind Jesse right now. I could easily gain a second, but it's trying to stay within my bounds here. But we're halfway through the race now, and so far so good. I'm sitting second. Got a really pretty big gap on the field behind. But Jesse is very quick. So many skid marks going into the hay bales there. feel like Drake's closing in a little bit. I'm not going to worry about it. He still has to pull in 5 seconds, but nice run through Spolatore that time. See if we can do a good run across the ridge. Ah, so slow there. Oh, very close to that sign. That was too close. I can't do that. Use the close call as a wake-up call. I need to get back into my bounds. All right, I can still see Jesse for a split second there. He's just so quick. I mean, I'm going as hard as I feel like I can. Oh, I can see Drake there much closer this time. I'm sure they can see me like a rabbit. All right, Capelle sul Tavo now. Still hear him pulling away there. Just trying to slide it around the hairpins a little bit more. It's so hard to get through there. Just no grip. I gotta make sure I look at how much fuel I have after this race. Make sure I don't have too much on board. Probably have a little bit too much. All right. Yeah, Drake is pulling on me, but if I keep this pace, he's not going to get to me in time. I have faith that I can stay in front of him here. Race 2, on the other hand, that's going to be a different matter. But really astonishing pace from Jesse. Yeah, definitely better to have a little bit too much fuel. But yeah, Jesse should pass the start line with like a minute to go, which means we'll do one more lap. that marker. Like a boss doing that. All right. I just want to like slide it into the corner more, but it's so narrow there. I don't think it's really possible to do that corner the way I would want. That was nasty. Nasty final corner. It's all right. Get across the line, start the last lap. 41 seconds to go in the race time, but we'll do the whole lap. Yeah, I lost 2 seconds. I don't know what's going on with the time behind me, but I think it's Johannes. But yeah, I think Jesse gained about a second on me that lap, but as long as I can do the same thing, he won't be able to get to me. And we'll just have to see how it plays out here. Jesse seems pretty impossible to catch. Very quick. I'd be curious to see what his lap times were after the race. See him back there now, just barely. Little hot there. It's all right. Scoop up the exit. It's kind of a late apex anyways. I really overdid it there. Ah, that was bad. Come on. All right, Drake's gonna be right with me now. That was a pretty bad error. I mean, it's going to be really tough for him to pass. I just got to try to be out of slipstream range on the straight. That's really the big one. Maybe tires are getting a little worn out. I don't know. Probably overdriving it a little bit. back a little bit. Didn't quite get it hooked in there. It's okay. Three Spolatello. That was too hot. Too hot. That should have exploded the car. Luckiest bounce. I just let it run too hot there. He backed way off too. I mean, I would have as well. All right, I've used 100% of my luck there. I'm way over driving things now. Come on. Still have a chance to stay second. I can't believe it bounced off the wall. Ooh, it's right there. This is going to be a slipstream battle, I think, unfortunately. Might have just got ahead of him enough there for at least this straight. I can't believe I'm a little frustrated that I messed that up. I'm more than a little frustrated that I messed that up. But what a weird bounce to have it slide back onto the track like that. Never had an accident like that in this. But you'd imagine the whole fuel tank would have been destroyed if that was real. So I guess we'll take it. Yeah, he's pulling in just a little bit. If it was any other lap, I wouldn't defend at all here. But wow, he's got such a run. Where is he gonna brake? All right. If I can line this up for the next straight, I can maybe get the pass into the last chicane, get him back. Well, he went a little too hot there. Probably carrying a bit more speed than he's used to. All right, I think I'm right where I want to be, although I might be a little close. I might catch him sooner than I'd like. When do you think I should do it? I feel like he's slowing up as well. Yeah. There's no way he's flat out right now. playing games. I don't quite like that. I mean, it is what it is. Oh, a little bit of lag. He's gonna have a good run up the outside. Coming up to the braking. Slowest pass ever. Gonna over under me. Oh, he's gonna have a better run here. I really sent it in here, but back it in. Final corner. Just stop on the apex. Ooh, he gets a bit of a run. No. Come to the line. Oh. I think I got him. No. He got me. What a fun little race at the end there. Honestly, that's what it's all about. Good job, Dreek. I thought I got him. We're gonna have to watch that back maybe if we can. I don't think we'll be able to just because of the. I don't think we'll be able to just because of how the server works and stuff. But what a race! Jesse really beat us. Like fair and square, just straight up was way faster. And I started making a lot of mistakes on the last lap there. Not a good finish for me. Can we replay the very end? We can. I hope this doesn't break something. I think this mode's a little weird. Here I come up the inside into the final area. That was really fun. Yeah, that very end of that, I'm not even upset anymore about the accident. I sent it into there. I really thought I had him, but I've been very slow in this last corner, and I'm not quite sure why. I might try making first just a skosh shorter. Oh my god. That was so close. Oh, Kalinu. Thank you. I mean, hold on. I beat him. At least on my screen. There might have been some lag there, but I think I beat him. Right? Oh, I did get second. I beat him. Okay. All's right in the world. But Jesse wins it. Quickest lap was a 9:37. That's so fast. That's why I did a 9:40, which is a very good lap for me. So I'm not even upset. A 9:37.4 is very quick. Dreek did a 9:37 as well, so I'm a bit slower than them too. Looks like Alex. Oh, I raced Alex a bit last week. Also did a 9:37. What's with all these 9:37s? Valentine's at a 9:56, but Johan did a 9:40 before the accident. What a fun little race, though. We'll do it all again here in a second. Just gotta wait for everything to reset. Hope it was fun to watch, though. It was very tiring, and thinking about the prospect of doing an entirely different, or again here, a totally new race. I got really sloppy on the last lap there. That accident was something. I didn't look at the fuel. Dang. I'm going to keep the same fuel. It's definitely a little too much, but I'd rather have a little too much. It's not a lot. It's not way too much. I'm gonna shorten first gear 1 click and see if that helps me in the really slow corners. It's only like 3 miles an hour difference, so it should hopefully be not such a huge change that it totally messes me up. But yeah, we'll change third gear. Hey, race 2 could be totally different. I think there is going to be a bit of a grid, not full invert, but a little bit of a change in the grid. So we'll have to see. We'll have to see how it all changes and everything. But really fun racing. Dreek did a great job there with the ping. Just with racing where I'm at in the U.S., racing on the servers, there's, I've got a little higher of a ping. Not so bad, but. Wow, really nice field in here today too. Tomorrow there's just one race for these guys. They do one longer race, but I don't tend to do a lot of racing on Sundays anyway, and I kind of like this double header thing because if one race isn't good, you at least get a second one. Really good racing though, and Jesse just absolutely owned all of us there. All right, we're just waiting for folks to finish and then it will reset here. Let's see. I appreciate you all tuning in while we wait for race 2 to get underway. Yeah, thank you, Colinu. I am very lucky to have survived that. I thought the race was over there because I thought it was going to spit me off into the to the landscape. Yeah, I'm not happy I made that mistake. It's pretty good driving otherwise, but yeah, really not. I would like to keep it cleaner than that. And 0 Point, thank you. This is the one I missed during the race, but first time catching race years, love 90s, 2000s stuff. Also AMS2. Well, thanks. Should be doing some more AMS2 soon. I might be doing a race. Maybe tomorrow, but I'm not going to stream it, but I might record it. And if it turns out like a fun race, then maybe I'll make a video out of it. But I want to do a little bit more with those Formula cars that the 95 cars, because they're a lot of fun. I don't know exactly how the grid's going to be. I think the top like 8 or something will invert, but I don't actually know. So we'll see. There was some sort of invert when I was at Bremgarten, so a couple weeks ago. Fun stuff. If you're tuning in now, you missed the first race, which I think it was pretty good. But we got a whole second race here, another 4 laps, and I was getting pretty sloppy in the first one, so I'm hoping I can clean it up a bit. My worry is that everybody's had a lot of practice now, so they're gonna really be pushing this time. Well, we'll see. Everybody's going to have that fatigue factor. We all just did qualifying in a race and everything, so it could add up for folks. We'll see. Yeah, this track is a paid track from Italo Tracks, but well worth the donation essentially to them for making it. It's pretty. Money is everybody's thing to figure out, but it is pretty inexpensive in my opinion for the amount of work that was involved in this. All right, I'm going to be starting quite deep with Dreek right in front of me. Yeah, starting like 12th. So I don't know What was the invert there? Where's Jesse? All right. Anyways, let's just double check the setup. Yeah, I changed my gear. So first gear is gonna be a little shorter this time, which I'm hoping will help me like in the last corner, like places in the hairpins. Maybe just pick up the pace a little bit. But otherwise, we're running the same setup, and we'll hope this all goes smooth. I think the first lap here is gonna be a lot of just trying to get through without getting caught up in anything, and hopefully that can happen. I don't know where Jesse is. I don't see Jesse anywhere. I would imagine Jesse would be right behind me, right? Yeah, it looks like maybe 8th. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, 8th or so. I'll do my best here. I think maximum just caution here to try to get through the first lap. So it didn't do a full invert, but it inverted like the top 10 maybe. Oh, there's Jesse. Oh wow, custom helmet and everything. Look at that. The white car on the inside there. Just trying to get that spatial awareness. Yeah, there's the fish. These races are a lot of fun. This is like some of the most fun. It's like I know I'll get a little upset if something goes wrong, but it's because I'm in the moment caring about it. Here's the lights. But it's all in all, this is just like there's nothing on the line here. I'm just having a fun race. All right, lights are lit. Ugh. All right. This red car was very slow off the line. I lost a lot of spots there. Hope everybody's nice and easy down here into the first corner. Just got rubber band a lot because everybody slows down initially and then realizes we were all way too slow. Speeds back up. Better of trying to force the side-by-side there. This corner is easy to get caught out. We got one car broke way too late. Black car in front does kind of the same, but I'm not really going to have anywhere to go with the run on the exit. All right, I got to be careful. There's Alex in front of me. Alex was very quick in the last race, so I was going to say that if you get caught up behind somebody that's maybe a bit slower, they might just be so much slower in certain spots of the track than you're expecting. So I don't want to follow too close or anticipate that they're going to carry the same kind of speed I might. But Alex was very quick in the last race. So we're just checking up a bit here. I think Jesse's into second already somehow. Oh, he had one car running wide there. A few cars running wide. Alex is going to give a look to Stefan Rose. Oh, I didn't know Stefan was in here. Old Grand Prix Legends people. Side by side with Alex in front here. Not a lot I can do with this. Just hope these two sort it out. Valentine is just a couple cars up the road as well. So I'm in good company right now. I don't know why I lifted there. Don't need to lift for that first one. Ooh, a car behind gives me the nose. Is that Valentine off? I think Valentine's the one in the all-white car there. Alex is going to get up the inside of Stefan here. I might have a run, but there's nowhere to go here. Block the rear diff again. All right, well, I'll come out to Spolatore. It's honestly been, I mean, there's been a little bit of chaos, but it's been fairly clean thus far, you'd have to say. For a track as difficult and car as difficult as this, you can see that there's a lot of skill in this league. But I saw Jesse might have got all the way to the front already, which is wild. Dreek is also at least 3 or 4 positions in front of me, if not more. All right, let's try not to make a mistake here this race. I just carried way too much speed here trying to, ooh, Stefan does it. Wow, I guess that gate was see-through. Or, not solid, which is probably for the best for all of us. But get around Stefan then. Clouds are chasing me right now. It's a cool effect. Wow, it's a big traffic jam up here in the hairpin. All right, this is where I find out if my first gear is gonna help me or not. It honestly does not feel any different. This flash shore, I think, got a little wrong up there. Got it a little wrong. Whoa. Sneak up the inside before we get into Capelle. Yeah, you didn't see a lot of all black cars, especially in like Formula One back in the 50s and 60s, but I guess in the 60s you had one Lotus team doing that. But in the 50s, and it looks pretty nice on Alex's car there. All right, get it onto the straight, and imagine slipstream battles will ensue. Maybe in front of me, maybe behind me with Flasher. Wow, all right. I didn't look at the chat at all that first part of the lap. It's been a hectic opening lap. I think I'm in 9th. Have not picked up too many spots, unfortunately. Here comes Flasher. Well, I can see Dreek at least. But it looks like Senna got around Valentine. Here comes Flasher. Just let him have it. We'll figure it out. Last lap I'll do some maneuvers, but we instantly got a little bit of a run on him. So come down to the corner. He's gonna give it to me. Well, yeah, my first gear is a little shorter there, so I got to wait a little bit longer to go up to second. Just having water. For some reason, I'm like so thirsty today. Must be the air. All right, here comes Flasher again. They might want to hold on to it this time, because we'll get into the end of the lap, and he might be able to keep a position that way. Oh, okay. That, you could wait a second. I mean, I'm sure there's maybe some net code or something, but that was a little much. Let's hope they break where I do. Alright. Oh, broke himself. Yeah, he just like squeezed me off the road. I mean, I don't know what he can see from his side, so I won't be too upset about it. But if I didn't jump on the brakes there, we probably would have come together. So it's never a good spot to be in. Alright, we'll complete the first lap, which honestly very happy about starting so far back. P8 started 10th. What do we think? 10th, 12th? Got Valentine and Senna going side by side in front. Did I start 8th? It was tough to tell on the grid, but yeah, probably chart around here. So haven't really gained anything, but avoided all the craziness. So oh yeah, all these guys in front of me, I feel like I'm just as fast as most of them. So if not a little bit faster than a couple of them. So yeah, there's still stuff to happen here. Just got to keep it on the road. Got 3 laps to go. It's a long way. 75 kilometers. Oh, Valentine. There's one. That was a hard hit. Easy to do that. And Alex got something a little wrong there. I don't know if that was coming together or what happened, but pick up one spot. Was way too close. Apex way too early through the right-hander there. drifting it through there. It's momentum. Alex is battling now with this car in front, Rolf. I think Rolf was in 4th last race. Ah, way too hot there. Come on. All right, these two fighting side by side a little bit there. Takes two to tango around here for sure. Almost overdid it again. So scary, this place. Ran a little bit wide there. Alex, though, all over him. Rolf's doing well not to fall over in front. All right, I'm up to them. I mean, Alex is trying to get around Rolf best I can. Well, I love classic racing like this. This is real road racing. Real roads. You can't do this in real life anymore. This is the best it's gonna get, and it's pretty dang awesome. Oh, Rolf, hold it on. Alex is going to get by. I'm not going to have time. If I was really daring, I could have tried to force that, but I'd rather finish the race. I'd like to get around Rolf here pretty quick so that I can stick with Alex on the straight, maybe. Oh, hold on to her, bud. All right, I'm gonna have a good run on Rolf here, but we're just gonna go back and forth with each other, I think. Yeah, this car has mirrors, but they're like on the side, like below the field of view for how the camera is here. All right, Rolf lets me by. We'll see if he just sits behind me or if he wants to come back. I could back the camera up and stuff, but I much prefer maximizing the forward view, and I'll just run the virtual camera. Ah, here he comes. Trying to slipstream a bit, but nowhere to go. Lots of smoke here. Oh, is that Jesse coming back? I see the yellow fish car up there, so Jesse might have had some sort of issue back in 5th. All right, I'm going to have a big run on Rolf here. Try to get ahead of him into the final chicane and have us stay there. Chase down Alex and Jesse in front. I don't know if Jesse had an issue or what. Rolf might have an opportunity here to come back on me. I did it too early. Here it comes. It's actually helping us catch Alex, though. Jesse must have damage here because Alex just blew around him. But all right, got ahead of Rolf. See if we can break a little bit of a gap so I don't have to deal with him again. Wow, you almost can't even see this corner in the shade. Oh, he's going in the pits? Yeah, he must have a big issue. So, I mean, I'll never say never, but we probably won't see Jesse again. Across the line. All right, up to 5th position. 2 laps to go here. Alex is not so far ahead. Dreek is a little further out of touch, but we'll try to do what I can here. Hot into the City Hall corner. Rolf is not completely out of touch, but should be able to get away from him if our pace is about what it used to be. My eyes twitching. Too much concentration. Rolf is hanging with me. Whoop, there he goes up on the curb. That won't help, but he was right there through the whole first sector. I'm lucky that that mile marker was invisible. I think those are made out of like granite in real life. I thought I was going to pull away from Rolf, but I mean, Rolf is right here. I feel like I've lost Senna completely. Oh, there he is. overdriving the car a bit. Just need to get smooth, slow it down a little bit, get smooth. Just bounce it off the curb there. I've done that before. Shifting too fast as well. I'm a little scared of that corner now. I had the closest of calls there. On the ridge now. Oh man, Alex has pulled out a ton from me. They all sped up and I slowed down a little bit, I think. Pulling away from Rolf at least, and there's still a ways to go, lap and a half basically, but all the cars in front of me are quick. I'm not sure who's leading, but Mark, Dreek, and Alex are all very, very quick. Alex pulled out so much on me this lap. That's just crazy. So I'm way too fast headed onto the straight. Collect it, but hurts my exit there. Rolf has fallen off too, though. So, all right. My best hope now is that Alex and Dreek start getting involved with each other, and maybe if they really hold each other up, I could pull them in. Definitely feeling it now. I don't remember how long the full Grand Prix was around here, how many laps, but I want to say it was one of those real long ones. For some reason, 25 laps sticks in my mind, but that might be wrong. But yeah, just doing, I guess I did like 3 or 4 laps in qualifying, and then 2 4-lap races is more than enough for me around here. Just gonna have 1 lap to go after this. Maserati with cup holders. That's the nice thing about sim racing. "20 laps. It seems silly that people used to stand on the outside of corners, but you know, anybody that's on the internet these days, you've likely seen multiple 100 times as many accidents in your life just watching videos and watching racing on TV. You've seen so much more of what can happen than the average person, you know, 50, 60, 70 years ago, before all that stuff existed. So people just didn't know it. They weren't stupid. They just didn't know. And sometimes, even these days, some people don't know. They just don't know. All right, coming up to the braking here. Get ready for the final lap. Just try to enjoy it, because I'm really, above all, I just love racing around here. There's a proper track. I'd love to get back up to Dreek and them, but, you know, I'm pretty far away. So just enjoy the final lap here. Yeah, I guess you could call it ignorance. I mean, that has like a negative connotation with it. It's ignorance in the truest definition of the word. Well, that was probably my best time through the final corner there. But come across the line, see how many seconds I've lost to Alex on this lap. 8 seconds. I did a 9:39. Did he do a 9:31? We have to look at his fastest lap after the race. That's wild. That's so fast. If that's actually what they're doing, like, no wonder. Past City Hall here. Whoa. Broke loose on me. All right, final lap, we're in 5th place after starting 8th, I think, in this one. And pretty eventful first couple of laps. Chucked it in there. Got it through the little chicane. Sun dips out of view, it just makes it a little harder to see. Alright, balance it through. I love this section. It's one of my favorite parts of the whole track. It's really technical, especially in a car like this. You just gotta slide through the apexes. Really fun once you get it. A little hot there. This corner takes a little bit of courage. Wow, maybe not that much. It's all right. It's quite a opening corner on the exit there, so you can kind of make your line up like it's jazz. Not quite like that, though. Just held on to that. Come on. Rolf is not so far behind. I feel like I've lost all my pace. Either that or just everybody gained a lot. Very tentative right there. You can see them up there. They're so far ahead. It's wild. Good for them. It's really impressive. It's neat seeing the silhouettes of cars on the ridge there. Trying not to do that. You can run through the bollards, but trying to stay between them, but a little bit too much there. All right, coming to the hairpins here. Getting close to the end of this thing. It's gone by really fast. I mean, I've been racing for quite a while here, but finally got this corner somewhat correct. That felt nice. Come into final town, or I guess town at the top of the hill. Oh, I could just hear him there. Oh, it looks like Senna got around Dreek, and Dreek's actually quite a lot closer to me. Hope they didn't have it coming together or something. All right, get it down onto the straight for the final time. Oh, that was Senna. I just saw him at the last second there, but get fourth from Senna. Oh, I wonder what happened. Dreek's quite a lot closer to me too, but I don't, unless Dreek's got a lot of damage, I don't think I'm gonna be able to catch him. Wow, that's unfortunate for him. Looks like Rolf gets around him as well. Rolf up into the top 5. Great run. Mark's leading the way from FMG. That's who was in the lead. Wow, looks like they're having a good little scrap up there. I'm really pulling in Dreek here. Is this going to be a... That's a lot. 8 seconds is a lot to catch, but if he's got damage and it's going slow, you never know. I'll just try to concentrate, get through this corner cleanly. I can see him up there, though. You might not be able to yet on the stream. Try to get through this corner cleanly, though. Watch for the braking. Just after the second bin here. Second barrel. Ooh, don't lock it up too much. Really slid it in. That wasn't the best. 7 seconds now. I'm pulling him in. Oh, they had a crash together, did they? I don't know if I'm going to get there in time. Come on. I'm pulling him in, but it's not very fast. Well, it's a little faster now. It's really going to depend on how well he can get through. If it's just the high-speed stuff he's struggling in, then, you know, maybe I won't have a shot at it. But if he also can't get through the slow stuff, we got to get through the chicane up here. Come on. Yeah, I'm not going to get him, like, we're going to be close. 4.5 seconds, 4 seconds. Come on. I'm sure he's watching the relative as well. 3.5 seconds. There's the braking. Yeah, it's going to have to be in the... Try to brake as late as I can. It really just depends on if his damage hurts him here as well. Yeah, he's doing fine, so I could see him that a little too late. Come through the final corner. I mean, if we had another lap, but that's always the case, isn't it? Just 3 seconds behind Dreek. Coming across the line of 4th place for race 2, so a 2nd and a 4th today. I wonder what happened to them there. Yeah, I must have had some coming together. Really fun racing with these guys. Just how talented is everybody? They're so fast. Yeah, I mean, I would have definitely coming down to T1 here, but, you know, it's always that way. There's Dreek. I feel gutted for him having a coming together there, but I guess he gets 3rd in the end. So he finishes 3rd in both races. Fun stuff. Really fun stuff. I really had a lot of fun driving in this, and I hope you had fun watching. I don't know when I will do the next race with these guys, or if I will, but I'm sure at some point I'll race with THR again, whether it's in the Maseratis or something else. I don't think they do like overall wins or anything like that, but I definitely, if we were in a points championship, I definitely had a good day. Let's say a 2nd and a 4th place. Oh man. What good stuff. That's how I like to do my sim racing. Just good hard racing there. Yeah, it looks like Mark steals the win, steals it, earns it. 10 seconds up the road from FMG, who was leading for a good chunk of the beginning of that. But then Dreek finishes in 3rd, some sort of coming together with Alex Senna there towards the end, who I think finished, I think it was Rolf that finished in 5th, and then Johan finished 6th, Gergely finished in 7th, and then Senna I think probably finished in 8th. Wow, really fun stuff though. Hope you enjoyed it. Thanks to the THR folks for putting this on. This is they call it like a practice day. So the big race is tomorrow, or the main race. But I kind of like these little sprint races, have 2 tries at it. And yeah, I'll be back sometime soon with something else. Like I said, I'm hoping to maybe get some more AMS2 stuff in the next week or so. And then I think I'm going to be jumping into GP4. And I haven't decided if I'm going to stream it or make videos out of it yet, but I think I would like to do like an offline season in GP4. But yeah, thanks for the hard racing today, and I'm super tired, and yeah, I think think it's time to go take a break. So have a great rest of your weekend. I'll see y'all later. Until next time.